Hello, fourth year students. Nice to meet you. Please listen carefully to this audio video. Yeats is a great poet in modern age. We can consider him as a romantic poet. As a modern poet, he can be full romantic. As an Irishman, keep these features in his poetry. Number one, we can say, as a modern man, as a modern poet, he can be full romantic in his poetry. Second, as an Irishman, he had a great love for his beloved country, Ireland. 3. Yeats' poetry has some poetic qualities and techniques which make him different from the other symbolists in English poetry. 4. Yeats is a dreamer, full of futuristic and prophetic dreams, and a visionary at heart. 5. He has a belief in magic, fairies, and other types of superstition. 6. Yeats was interested in the Irish myth and folklore. So, Yeats has been considered as one of the most famous and important symbolist poets in the symbolist movement in English literature. Sailing to Byzantium. That is no country for old men, the young. And when another's arms burst in the trees, those dying generations are their song. The salmon falls, the mackerel crowded seas, fish, flesh, or fowl, come and awesome along. Whatever is bigger than bone and eyes, caught in that sensual music, all neglect. Monuments of an aging intellect. An aged man is but a pottery thick, tattered cut upon a stick, unless so clap at his hands and sing, and louder sing. For every tatter in it is but a dress, nor is there singing school but studying, monuments of its own magnificence, and therefore I have sailed the seas and come to the holy city of Byzantium. 2 stanzas. So important, my sweet students. Yeats, as a great poet in modern age, wrote this poem when he was an old man. He is in his 60s. He says that his native country, Ireland, is not suitable for old men. It is a country of the young who have vitalities and activities. Those young lovers are dancing, singing, and joining in one another's arms. They are active, so active, vital, like the melodious birds in the trees. The birds sing their song, which is a sensual one. The young and the birds are dying generations because they will die one day. Even the salmon and the mackerel are 2 kinds of fish can swim strongly against the currents of the seas, but they are mortal and dying like the birds and the young. Fish, flesh, and fowl are active and more active in summertime, like the strength of the young, but they are impermanent and transient. Then the poet wants to show the stages of human life, such as birth, life, and death. All those dying generations are born, alive, and died in Ireland. Yeats illustrates the music. The music can come through the young and the song of the birds in the trees. He tries to say that his country, Ireland, is filled just with pleasures and sensuality and neglects one eternal generation that is represented by monuments of the aging intellect. What kind of generation will remain eternal, immortalized forever? Monuments will remain everlasting and perpetual, everlasting forever. And then Yeats, the speaker of this poem, compares an aged man to a potty think he is useless, trite, futile. He's an old and turncoat stick upon a stick full of dust. Here the poet wants to compare between the body of the old man and his soul. The soul will clap and sing aloud. The soul will study monuments of its own magnificence. So Yeats decided to sail to another world, Byzantium. It is a holy city. It is a symbol of art, spirituality, and perfection. In Byzantium, there are artistic and creative achievements. So we find in Ireland monuments are neglected remains. Lovers and creatures are dying and temporary. Stanza 1 refers to sensuality that comes from pleasures of the young, the birds, and the creatures. In Byzantium, monuments will be studied. They will be eternal and immortal. So stanza number 2 refers to spirituality that comes from the soul that travels to another world. Stanza number 3. O sages standing in God's holy fire, as in the gold mosaic of a wall, come from the holy fire, burn in a gyre, and be the singing masters of my soul. Consume my heart away sick with desire, and fastened to a dying animal, it knows not what it is, and gather me into the artifice of eternity. Once out of nature I shall never take my bodily form from any natural thing, but such a form as the Christian goldsmiths make of hammered gold and gold enameling, to keep a drowsy emperor awake, or sit upon a golden bough to sing to lords and ladies of Byzantium of what is past or passing or to come. Yeats is a great poet in modern age. He apostrophizes the sages, the wise men, who are standing in God's holy fire, the holy fire which purges the soul from the impurity of the earthly and worldly life. The God mosaic Yeats suggests permanence and value, transforms the natural world into signs, emblems of artistic creation in this poem. Then Yeats, the poet or the speaker of this poem, wants to detach himself from the flux of his human life. Yeats wants the sages, the wise men, to burn out his mortal heart. The heart contains all the human and worldly passion. The poet wants to show that he calls for the death of the body to announce the rebirth of the soul. He wants his sages to be the singing masters or teachers of his spirituality. His heart is consumed away and it is sick with desire. The poet's soul is now free and eternal by the artifice of eternity, which refers to the golden bird. Yeats uses the bird as a symbol of the intellectual joy of eternity as contrasted with the instinctive joy of human life. Yeats desires to transform his bodily form into a golden bird. This golden bird is the poet's soul. It has three features. When you read this poem, you can make three features for that golden bird. What are they actually? It is made of gold. It makes the drowsy emperor awake. It sits upon a golden bough and sings a song including three different themes: past, present, and the future. This poem sets forth a conflict, struggle between the world of reality and the world of imagination represented by body and soul. Other sets of opposites intensify the conflict: the young people and the old men, passion and wisdom, life and death, the sensual country of the young people and the holy city of Byzantium. So you can note some notes from the text. You can get some notes from the text. Wallman, the writer of your textbook, says that Byzantium was a Greek city built on the eastern part of the site of Constantinople, and this city refers to holiness, refers to imagination, refers to perfection. And the poet Yeats addresses the spirits of Byzantium, the sages. He begs them to come from the holy fire and spiral down to where he is sick with desire. He wants them to consume away his heart, blinded with its fleshly, mortal dreams, and teach him how to be immortal, teach him the secrets of the soul and of art, of the artifice of eternity. So what about Golden Bird? Golden Bird sings different themes of songs when he hangs on a golden bough. Those dissimilar songs included all the times, the past, the present, and the future. His song when he becomes a golden bird will be that of spiritual delight. He will be surrounded not by the young lovers or other animal creatures of the sensual cycle like in Ireland, but by audience that is graceful and abstract. In Byzantium, he will have no age, past, present, or future are all one there. This golden bird is the soul. This bird is the poet's soul that sings to lords and ladies. This bird is an artifact, the final image of a bird of hammered gold and gold enameling, singing of what is past or passing or come. Sailing to Byzantium is a journey from word to another word by our old poet. Yeats is a great poet in modern age. Thanks so much, my students, my listeners, to these notes, information for you. Keep them in your mind. Thanks so much, my students.